Today lecture was quite big for all of you who are here. I'm happy that you could all come down for the Shiv Puja. And now, as they have requested in Europe also, we are going to have one Shiv Puja on the 17th, I think, in Rome. They have never had Shiv Puja in the West. And that's why I have decided that we'll have two pujas, though it's quite a difficult thing to have Shiva's puja with such close proximity. Today I have told them how we have got 4 charas in our heart where Shiva resides, and how we have to introspect ourselves and control our attention, because in Sahaja Yoga there is all freedom to be the way you are. Nothing is asked to be sacrificed or to be given up, as they were told before, to go to the Himalayas, take out all your clothes and shiver there in the cold and all sorts of things. The body, the importance of the body has to be reduced, and for that you have to put your attention inward and try to find joy in everything. To put your attention inside is very easy because you are meditative. Supposing you are going by a bullock cart. If a man is used to a Rolls Royce, he will be all the time complaining, what is this nonsense? Why have I to go by a bullock cart? Horrible, this, that. But a child, if he's in a bullock cart, he'll be enjoying it. What a nice thing, you're jumping up and down, very nice. How the bullocks are running, beautiful. You can watch everything so carefully outside. Because he's so innocent, like Shiva. Like you want to have a proper bathroom, you want to have a proper bed, you want to have all these things. But if you want to make a fun out of it, it's very interesting. Once I went to Lucknow, I went to stay with a relation of mine. And they had only one cot. They were not so rich. They had lost all their zamidaris. And they said, we have only one cot. If you want, you can sleep on the cot or on the ground. I said, all right, I'll try this cot business. That cot was made of coir, and it was all touching the ground like that. So it's just like sleeping on the ground, but it was all like this. But in the night, I found lots of rats running over my body. I was watching them. So the people got very much worried. They said, what, these rats are crawling upon you and going round and round. Yes, I said, one of them is still here under my foot. So they said, aren't you disturbed? I said, what is there to be disturbed? I'm just watching them. I've never seen so many rats together. Just enjoying them. And then they said, you are sleeping in this kind of a cot and you might get little pain tomorrow. I said, no, I'm just enjoying. This is like a nice swing here. You see, nicely you can move about. It's very nice, very interesting. And next day I was very fresh, and they were surprised how I was so fresh. So all these discomforts of body and all that, and the way we are correcting everything and grudging about everything, complaining about everything, is just a myth. Now you don't have to go to that austerity. What you have to do? Surrender all these things into the ocean of joy, or dissolve it into the ocean of joy. All these comforts. Then also the artificial norms of life that have come up, like we have to have disheveled hair, otherwise you are not in. You have to be really crazy to be in. There are many other things, stupid I think very much, that have come in vogue. and people are following them because they are the norms. If you don't do that, then you think you are not all right, or others may start thinking, oh, what funny man he is. That doesn't mean you should be funny or you should be hippies or anything. But not to be so much worried about the norms. Like one day I saw one gentleman was extremely upset in England, Indian gentleman. I said, what happened? Why are you so upset? He said, by mistake I used the fish knife for eating meat. I said, so what? Said, everybody watched me, you see. I said, it's all right. You didn't thrust that into anyone. Doesn't matter if you have eaten fish knife, if you have used fish knife for this. So you must use fish knife first, then this, that. All nonsense. It's not so important than your equanimity, than your balance. So all these little things can also upset us. On the contrary, I would say, oh, really, I did eat with the fish, very good. It's a good thing that I broke something, a big image of a formal dinner was broken. So, it was good. Next time everybody will do that. It may start as a fashion, possibly. If you just put your attention in such a way that this body is not for the penance, but for the havana. Is to be used for the havana, for the yajna. And then you can tell your body nicely that now will you please behave yourself, you see. So first you have to denounce it, all its demands, and then it becomes a thing that you use it for doing God's work. I must say, compared to Indians, Westerners are much better in this respect. I must say that. Indians wanted first the best rooms, they used to fight for it. Now gradually they are coming around a little bit. But still, sometimes they start grudging about this, grudging about that. But that way, I don't know how, but I must say that in the West, or even in Australia, people are not so much bothered about these things. I remember once we had gone to Ganpatipura a long time back, and there were no arrangements for sleeping because the MTDC had not vacated. They said we'll do it next day. So many of them just went to the seashore and slept there the night. This mother, we enjoyed it. It was full moon thing. We really enjoyed among ourselves. But the second part is the attachments are there with people. We can say, first of all, is the desire. The desire to have this, desire to have that, all kinds of desires, as we have seen, that we never fulfilled, and we are never satisfied with them when they are satisfied. So, what do we do with our desires? Dissolve it into Shuddha Ichcha, into the pure desire of Kundalini. And third thing is that we have our relations. I mean, I've seen with the Westerners, especially when they get married, I don't know what happens to them. Then suddenly they think they are now married, so now they have become Romeo, Juliet, raised to power 108. And of course, Indians are the other way around. I mean, it's both just the same. So, one has to understand that all right, it's an event of marriage. But the attention should not entangled with any person whatsoever. As I have told you many times, the sap of the tree has to rise and give its attention to all the parts of the tree and go back. If it gets attached to any one of the parts, the whole tree will die as well as that part will also die. So in every relationship, whatever you have to give, whatever you have to give to your sister, to your brother, to your children, to your wife, has to be done. But you should not get entangled with it. So what do we do with our attachments? Dissolve it in compassion. And compassion is actually, the nature of the compassion is it fulfills all the issues, all the balance, all the defects. It just runs into it. The fourth one is the one which is for your attention. When your attention is so pure, then it nourishes this fourth channel which blossoms, rises through your left kidney, goes into your sahasrara and becomes a lotus of fragrance. Then those prana starts giving the fragrance of the heart. That's how the combination of the heart and the brain takes place. So this attention itself is the power of Shiva. The attention which we call as Chitta. And this attention is present in every comma of the all-pervading power, the Chaitanya. And this attention really is respected when these Chaitanya commas go into action. While this attention is quiet, it just watches, just sees. It doesn't react, but they see the attention as it is. They just watch it, and they know what it is. Accordingly they act. So Shiva is just a spectator watching the work of the goddess. He is the only spectator. And if he gets angry, then he will see that human beings are not respectful to his power, then he comes into action and destroys the whole world, destroys the whole work of the goddess. So it is important that you all should join hands, work down the work of the goddess so that Shiva is happy and we create a new world of spirituality and peace. May God bless you.